Hi, this is just a friendly reminder to never avoid being the dumbest person in the room. Accept that you're not good at everything, that you don't know everything, that you still have a very long way to go. Because being comfortable with where you are at and avoiding new and uncomfortable experiences is actually the most uncomfortable place that you could find yourself. Because being comfortable provides your mind with safety and security. It disguises its downfalls with distractions and meaningless daily sequences that convince you that everything is going to be just fine and that nothing needs to change. Until one day you sit down and ask yourself, why am I living? What's the point in life? And why isn't this it? You need to remember that nothing is constant, but ironically enough, we are constantly changing. Embrace being the least capable person in the room, the dumbest person in the room, because you've done it before. Remember elementary school where you couldn't speak a lick of English because your parents only spoke to you in Vietnamese? Or in AP English class your junior year of high school where you convinced yourself you were the worst writer in that entire room because you received the lowest grade on a history paper the year prior? You allowed those negative thoughts to dictate who you are and control your destiny. But little did you know, you went on to receive the highest grade on a majority of the essays. And fast forward to the present, where you are now a self-proclaimed writer in that very language you struggled to speak nearly 18 years ago. And coincidentally, you still speak Vietnamese at an elementary level. Or that one time you decided to randomly sign up for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class with zero background in martial arts in a class filled with strangers. And little to your knowledge, everyone was 4 weeks ahead and you were struggling to get through the warm-ups. At that moment, you felt weak. You looked around and you felt incapable of competing with these other people. But despite everything, you managed to shut off all these negative thoughts. You were able to enjoy this experience as it was. You tried your hardest despite not being the best. You learned a lot about yourself, and in doing so, you also learned that BJJ just might not be for you. Or your first time in the gym where you blindly accepted the image that you created in your mind of a weak and physically inept boy. An image that had been brewing for years even after all the bullying and isolation. You thought that you would mess up and fail in the gym because that's all you knew how to do, right? At least that's what you've been told. Fast forward to the present, you are confident and dedicated to your fitness and lifting journey, and it only took you some time. Every single one of these events caused you to fall into the same thinking error of convincing yourself that you were someone that you weren't. It gave you a strong sense of identity, yes, but it was equally false. And looking back, it was all necessary in getting you to where you are today. Even now, you aren't the most confident person. You haven't achieved amazing things to your standards, and you still have a very long way to go. But you have experienced being the least capable person in the room, at least in your mind, at one point in time. Your mind, your mentality will dictate everything, and it's the only thing that matters in this lifetime. So go ahead, be the dumbest person in the room, embarrass yourself, continue to fail over and over again. It will all eventually get easier. It did every other time at least, so why not give it another go?